Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself in this world of ours. Tonight we return to Orlando, the Mage venue, where Clea, after storming off after getting really angry at her comrades, decides to head to the library to do some research. Our camera now pans to Clea arriving at the library door, showing her membership card and being allowed in.
Hi. Uh, Hi. I don't believe I've seen you.
Indeed, you haven't, Miss Clea. I am one of the library's supervisors, but you are welcome here. You are a member, of course, after all.
Um. Okay. What's your name, Miss?
My name is Natalie Rose.
Sorry for writing it down. I don't remember names. Is there a computer I can use, maybe with some internet attached to it or something?
Yes, over in the back room, dearie.
Thank you. I'll see myself there. Thanks. Thanks. And
Anytime.
she will awkwardly stumble towards the, back room with the computers and whatnot.
There are two other denizens in the library.
You're muted.
I know, I'm giving you guys opportunities.
Oh,
Alright, in one corner you'll be finding object number 8 as Clea has saved him, known to the rest of the mage community as one Damien Wolf. He's going through a book titled The Enchiridion and seems quite engrossed in it.
um, hey, number 8?
He
Hi.
doesn't react.
Oh, well. She will shrug and be on her way.
Does she pass him close enough that he could see her out of the corner of his eye?
Yes,
Okay, at which point he turns around and, Clear. Hi there.
Hi, what are you up to? We were, we were doing the autopsy.
Oh, I thought I wasn't welcome there, so I thought I'd retire here.
Mm,
Not really
yeah.
have the cash to go to the cinema or anything like that. He laughs a bit embarrassed.
Well, yeah, I kinda get the feeling of what you're feeling, I guess. But I mean, I could catch you up later. I need to look up some stuff, but and if you want money for cinema, I can give you something.
I could trade you some Baltic Amber.
She will tilt her head to the side like a puppy. Like, what?
You know what? You said you have something else to do. I don't want to keep you up. So, how about we catch up in a few minutes?
Okay, sure,
I'll be here.
cool, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Damn.
proceed to
Oh,
library.
alrighty. I
You
got
only
something
see
for
one
you
of,
there.
yep, you only see one other person there.
Alrighty. So what you're gonna see is you're gonna see a figure. It seems like they have their hood on um, in the library, which is somewhat strange. Um, They have their music blasting relatively loud. They have their headphones on, but you can still actively hear it. It's one, I believe that's the song. Yeah, you know what? Nah, fuck it. Yeah, it's that new song by Three Doors Down called Kryptonite. She's listening to that because it's 2000 and that song just dropped.
That's a bit too loud for a library. Grumbles.
You notice you don't actually hear a whole lot of sound coming from her.
I'm sorry, what?
I said you notice, Clea, you don't actually hear a lot of sound coming from her.
But she said it was loud.
It's loud, but you can barely hear it.
Hmm. Oh well.
Yeah, it's she's like got headphones on. She's playing it on a CD player.
I'll keep going. I don't know this person. I don't trust this person.
That's cool. Yeah, as you step around, you start to notice, oh hey, you got some spider webs on your shoes.
On my shoes?
Yep.
Hmm.
If you pass relatively close to her.
I'll just shrug.
Octavia, dear, did you find what you need? Octavia,
Mm-hmm.
did you find what you need? You realize her voice is actually coming through the headphones.
Perks up. Yeah, I'm finding it pretty well. Thank you, Miss Rose.
Of course. And one last thing. One of the primary sect of Orlando wanted me to give you this. Xavier, the leader of the Order of Hermes, wanted me to give this to you. And she hands you a leather-bound small notebook. It's a list of contacts for welcoming you to the city and people you can get in touch with should you need aid, if the library is unavailable to you.
Understood.
Of course, I'll leave you back to your studies. And she gives a smile, goes back to her. So, Clea, what are you going to be doing at the computer?
I'm going to be looking for the address I got in my memory, which is, if I can find the right page, which was 1871 Harrisburg Road, Hanover, Pennsylvania. Want to see what is there.
All right, you type it up on the computer, and you find a kind of a blank country-looking road with a lot of couple different houses on it. Nothing really that fancy since it's the year 2000. There wasn't a whole lot of houses out there. But you see one house on the end of the road which matches the address. And it's this old kind of farm, like classic middle American, Dust Bowl kind of looking house. And when the address pops up, you're actually noticing something a bit off. This photo that's taken was shot years ago, so you redouble your efforts and you search more recent photos. You do find a photo. It turns out this address is not in Hanover, Pennsylvania. It is in a place called Silent Hill, Pennsylvania. You see old abandoned buildings, uh, cracks in the road, just the whole street is just torn to shreds because it turns out no one's been living there very long because when they first started occupying the town and building it, they found that underneath the town there was too much dangerous gases coming up from the road, coming up from the mines that they were digging. So they had to abandon the whole place, and now it is unfit to live.
Hmm. Odd. Hmm.
You hear a little voice in your head, Clea.
Mm.
It's your avatar, it seems. Look a bit closer.
On the old picture or the new?
The new.
Do I need to do a check for that?
No, you get it. As you look a bit closer, you see a man standing there in the middle of the road. You didn't see him there before.
Hmm.
He seems to look up at you.
Does he look familiar?
Does not look familiar in any way. You search his face using your computer skills, and you find his name.
What is his name? Do I have to roll this?
It says the name is the exact same name of the man whose house you are investigating right now.
The Alex dude.
Mm-hmm. He looks up at you through the monitor, and you swear the picture shifts a little bit, and he seems to be walking toward the computer screen.
Okay, that's creepy. Hmm. What's the connection here?
Each time the screen flashes, he's getting a little bit closer to the screen.
Um, Brain. If you have any input here, now is the time to give it.
He is coming.
Okay, is he coming out of the screen?
Turn off the connection.
Still disconnect.
You disconnect the computer. Nothing seems to happen for the next few moments.
Could that have been the same house?
It was the same house. That is why Silent Hill is no more.
But why is this in my memory? Was I there? Hmm.
There's no response.
I thought I was coming here for answers. I have more questions. Mm.
I'm good at answering questions. Ish. Hello?
I. Were you eavesdropping?
No,
Who are
I have
you?
heard the part about questions. Octavia Carrada CM. Hello.
Hi, I'm Clea. Uh, who are you again? I mean, I haven't seen you around here before.
Oh, I apologize.
Octavia. Uh,
Octavia Carrada CM.
well, you don't really expect me to remember that, do you?
Just Octavia is fine.
30. There. Okay. Damn. I'm gonna run out of space soon. Too many people in the city. So, where did you come from, Octavia?
Um, Flew in here earlier today.
Okay. From where, if I may ask?
California.
Okay. Uh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, he's gonna look around awkwardly. Oh shit. Damien. Damien. Dude.
Uh,
Hi.
Damien looks up and looks in her direction. Yes, how can I help?
I don't know, but
He starts walking over since you seem to be struggling with something.
okay. I don't know where to begin because we did the thing at the morgue, and I don't know who
Hmm.
this lady is, but I don't know if I can say things here. Mm,
That's a good question. Probably not. You know what they say, loose lips sink ships.
Or snitches get stitches,
Exactly.
depending on where you come from. She'll pull down her hood to
yeah.
reveal this fucking amazing head of hair. It's fucking majestic.
But how about we first start with introductions? Then it's a little easier to find out.
Yeah.
And
Says
yeah,
Octavia Carada.
CN if I heard it correctly.
Yes, you
And
did.
yes, I
Yes.
was eavesdropping.
That wasn't very nice. But
Uh,
anyway.
Eavesdropping tends to be the edge that allows you to find out if, oh, I don't know, devils or similar things have popped up, declared their name, and are starting dealing, for example. It can
Okay.
save your life. Yes, it is rude, but it can save your life. Let's just say experience has taught me that.
Okay. So, I. How do we know we can trust you, miss?
Shrug. I don't know.
That's not particularly helpful. I mean, who are you with?
Do you? I mean, I'm single. If
No,
that's what
no,
you're asking.
no, that's not what I'm asking. I.
It sounds like that's what you're asking. My bad, though.
Mm, no, I mean, which, what's the word?
Tradition.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Anyway, so let's. Anyway, Miss CN, my name is Damian Wolf of the Verbena. Pleasure to meet you. And he offers
Oh,
a hand.
oh my gosh. I wasn't aware we were all mages. I'm so sorry. Then, full name Octavia Carrada Cien Bani Order of Hermes.
Oh,
Ah, excellent.
And
A
she'll take
hermetic.
she'll
oh,
take his hand and shake his hand
I'm
pretty gingerly.
I'm Cleia, Society of Ether. I live with some Hermes people.
Oh wait, what was that? Clear? I didn't catch the end of that.
What?
Out of character, I didn't catch the end of that.
I'm living with some Hermes people.
Oh, excellent.
Well, I live in the garage.
Less excellent, but I hope the
No,
garage doesn't get too hot.
the garage is fine. I have a fan.
Fan doesn't help with the humidity. Have you felt the humidity?
Have you not heard of dehumidifiers? These are a thing.
It's only so much.
Hmm.
Actually, I wonder if I could dehumidify something just myself. I'll have to look
Uh,
into that. Anyway.
you sound a bit muffled.
Oh, my bad. I was speaking a little too lowly. This better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, what exactly brings you here to this fine city? Because there's some weird shit going on that, yeah.
Quite
Came here,
true.
came here for schooling mostly. Where I came from got a little too hot.
Um, mm,
Why does that sound familiar?
so you
He
left
chuckles.
California to come to the devil's armpit because it was too hot.
No, more like
Did you make
mm.
something explode?
I mean, yes, but that's not the point. That's not why I'm here.
Okay. I mean, okay, it happens. I guess.
Basically, the she'll lean in. The crowd activity got a little too heavy, so they sent me over here, hoping that it would be less crazy.
Oh, my sincere condolences.
Yep, they probably didn't hear about all the shit that's gone down
I
here.
mean, there's an avatar storm out of the shore, for one. There's a serial killer running about. There's a haunted house with a from another dimension or whatever. She looks around. There's vampires around. There's werewolves around. All kind of shit.
Fun.
Yeah. Well,
Looking
yeah.
forward to it. Can't necessarily fuck with haunted houses yet, but I am sure I could devise some kind of way to breach dimensions. I wonder how.
Well, we
Wonder if
went
I can apply
there.
some of my quantum knowledge to that. Anyway,
Well, the priority now is to find the person who's killing people, but everything's just turning back to that house. Like,
I mean, if
okay,
everything,
so
if
we
okay,
we did the autopsy of the dude. Oh God, yeah, yeah. So we went to the house yesterday. Yesterday
okay,
was it? Yeah, yeah, yesterday.
Yes, it was yesterday.
And we went in, then we fought the chain zombies, and then we went to see the Batman in the basement, and yeah, there was the dude that was dead in the fridge, and we took that out, and we took him to the morgue today, and okay, you're not gonna believe this.
I probably will.
Ditto.
He's not actually he's a hit mark, but not exactly, because
Oh fuck.
he's not like the ones we know. He was organic, like almost fully organic. He only had like a an arm, but not like mine, just an arm.
Oh my gosh! I just noticed that.
And
Oh
well,
cool.
yeah, hi. And a chip with a USB thing in his brain that we took out and we analyzed, and he had a little silver stake thing behind his heart, which was weird. And then we saw a video that was in the USB drive that he had in him, and check this out. Okay, dude, you're gonna find this very interesting because the video was from 1888. 1888, dude.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yes. So,
Uh, oh
we have a
dear.
few theories there. Like, it could be like time travel, like your shit, or it could be that they had like the
Don't say that
technology.
too loud,
Okay,
please.
okay, okay.
I've seen all of the Back to the Future movies. I'm so okay with time travel.
Oh my god, not you too. What's with people and movie references? Anyway, uh, or that, or they had the technology to do that back then because this was done. This dude was he was an employee of Pantex, and check this
What?
out.
Wait,
The
well,
house where
well,
this
raise his
happened.
hand.
What?
What's Pentex?
Oh, it's a company. they're coming.
Pentex is bad news.
Yeah, they're
They.
coming into Orlando lately, and they're trying to do shit. And but here's the thing: this is from 1888, and the house was in Whitechapel. It wasn't here. It was there. And not only
Oh.
that, in the video there was this room. It was upstairs. We didn't go there. And it was this room when they had some glass coffins there. And there was a chick and a dude that were stabbed with some weird knives. And then check this out: the owner of the house, the dude, that Alex Cornwick dude, that was the owner of the house, that was an archaeologist. He was, yes. They went for an expedition in South America somewhere, and they found these knives, right? Yes. And it was the same knife like the ones that were in 1888. But the expedition was in 1981, so it's like 100 years difference. I don't understand how, but yeah. And
Uh,
then
um,
um, there was something about the museum and some shit that were taken from there. Oh, that the knife was there at the museum, and they took it because after he was not in the house anymore and the city had the house, yeah, they donated the knife to the museum, and yeah. But here's the thing. This is what I found out now because I had this memory flash that I don't know how this happened. And I saw this address and I looked it up, and it wasn't the same place that it was supposed to be. It was a different one. And the dude from the house, that Alex Cornwick dude, was there, and he was coming at me from the monitor. But it was the same house there, and did like it destroyed the whole area.
so we need to get to that house to get to the next step, right?
No, because it's the same house, and we were there, but the house was somewhere else, and I don't know how it connects, because I don't remember
Oh,
anything.
it could be a spatial overlapping spell. Could be two places that are overlapping in the same place, even though they're in separate places. Things like that happen sometimes.
I don't know. All I know is that the area there was destroyed because of the house being there, but the house isn't there anymore. It's here, but I don't know how I had the memory of this address that was there and not.
It sounds like it's it does sound like something. It does sound like something spatial is involved. I don't necessarily have. I have rudimentary knowledge of. Uh, oh, right. Of correspondence. Maybe if we find someone that knows correspondence to get a look at it, and maybe somebody that knows a bit of temporal magic, maybe we can analyze this and
Yeah,
kind of more see what's going on here. Do we have anyone like that?
I don't know, but there was something freaky about it because the dude was in the computer and he was coming at me.
Well, that's not that weird. He probably could have used the electrical signal that you were using to transfer himself over and then jump out of the screen to hit you.
That sounds like a combination of correspondence and forces, if you ask me.
But he's supposed to be
Very similar.
disappeared. We don't know where this guy is. I mean, I guess now we do know he's in the computer
I mean,
or
why
in
don't we
Silent
fire up
Hill,
the
I
computer and
guess.
get him to jump out the computer at us and see what happens? If we need to find this guy.
I don't know if that would be a good idea. Maybe we should ask someone. Maybe we should find an adult. Oh, I'm
I
an
mean, I'm just
adult, but
saying.
I'm not adult enough.
Listen, I'm just saying. You know, as much as I love a good mystery, and I do like me some good mysteries, I watch a bunch of Law and Order. Sometimes you just need to throw a lightning bolt.
I don't believe that would be a good idea inside the indoor library with flammable stuff and things. And
How about we keep calm, continue gathering the information we have, and maybe also get some reinforcements? In my experience, just charging in there blindly tends to get everyone killed.
Oh,
Did someone
oh, I'm
say
sorry.
charging it? Did someone say charging in blindly?
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
no.
I don't mean to say charging in blindly. I'm talking about setting up a trap and ambush.
No, I.
Oh, setting up a trap and ambush. That's even more delicious.
Well, I was calling for an adult and you appeared.
I mean, I'm an
Great.
adult.
Exactly.
You're like the worst
I'm an.
influence on the universe.
Uh,
Fine, if somebody has to be the adult, then I will. I'm bloody well old enough for it.
But I don't
Guilty.
understand how this connects to me. Because there's something really wrong here. It hurts my brain.
It stirs mine. Yes. Very interested. She like steeples her fingers.
Fingers? What?
Indeed, it sounds very juicy.
Is haunted houses,
Yeah, but
spatial disruptions, temporal havoc.
this was not supposed to be about the haunted house. This was supposed to be, I don't know what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be about my past, probably.
Who knows? Maybe there are links there which you're not aware of.
Or maybe
When
that wasn't a real memory and it was just a hint for this, and I'm
Mm,
back to square one.
how real did it feel to you? Does it feel like a puzzle fits into place now?
No, it feels like the puzzle pieces are less.
So you have
Clea,
less puzzle pieces.
Clea, you get
Yeah.
a memory.
Okay.
You see a man in a trench coat and top hat standing on a roadway in the middle where the dotted yellow lines are, 2 lanes. You feel the bullet impact you as he shoots you. You can't see his face or even much more about him since he's so distorted. Pain hits you, blackness swallows you, and the memory ends.
Okay. That was. I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Oh, okay, I can deal with this. All right,
No.
you step away for a bit, take some deep breaths, and come back to it in a few minutes, okay?
This is. This is so confusing. Do I.
Taryn, hold on a sec. Clea, Taryn's gonna hit you with calming voice. Oh yeah. So like you are immediately calm and collected, focused.
Okay. Uh. Well, this is gonna be a long road. I guess if that was a real thing, I don't know what's real anymore, but I think I had a I don't know, flashback maybe. Someone shot me, but I don't know where because I don't see any bullet holes on me. Hmm.
could have been a flashback, could have been an episode from a previous life. Oh, so many possibilities.
It could even have been a flash forward or a flash sideways.
Of yes, all that.
Mm.
By
The
the way, um, by the way, as that has been going on and they were talking about all the info, Damien was furiously noting down stuff.
No, that's legit. Octavia probably was too. Let's be real.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Damien and Miss Octavia, I don't believe we've met. My name is Taryn Delmont.
Hello, Mr. Belmont. I am Octavia Carrada Cien.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. He shakes both
You,
of your hands.
you as well.
Damian Wolf, Verbena.
Terran Delmont, fallen angel.
Oh, so now it's not even a secret anymore, huh?
Ah,
Well,
one of the ex-Celestials, I see. Oh dear.
indeed. Well, remember, everything you guys discuss, unless it's about the house, cannot be discussed outside. All the information that I will relay to you will not be discussed out of the library. He smiles.
Hmm. Is
Is
that.
that enforced by some sort of oath or
Well,
contract?
you already
In,
signed the contract when you took
indeed, you
library
two have
card.
signed the contract by stepping into the library and becoming members.
Didn't you read it?
Where the hell was that printed? God, I hate
On the
trickery like that.
on the paper. It wasn't trigger. It's right there. Ah, I read it. It was there. Did you read all the pages?
Of course
You,
I did. Anyway, okay, fair
Damien.
enough.
To,
Thank you
to
for
be
informing me.
So
to be
is
fair, Damien, they did have a backside. Did you check the backside?
That would explain it. Anyway, too late. The signature is on there. The contract is binding. Understood. Understood. And he grumbles and mumbles something in
why?
German.
Is that why you didn't tell me at first, Taryn?
Kind of chuckles for a moment. He says, "Well, of course, in here I can tell you anything. Outside, I have to be a lot more careful about what I tell you."
Well, you could have, given me a warning or something.
Well, I gave you some subtle warnings.
Ah, how much you know me until now? Do you think subtle works? Anyway, I don't have any bullet scars on me, so I just
It
want.
has obviously not happened right now. Somewhere else on the time axis.
No, yeah, but if it happened in the past, I would have a scar on me, right?
Mm,
Not
Unless.
necessarily. If you were a really good healer or somebody patched you up with enough life magic, there shouldn't be any scars left.
I mean,
do your cybernetics come with accelerated healing?
no. I'm not sure if that was before or after my uh, enhancements, because I don't have any memories from before.
Perhaps that's what triggered them. Maybe whatever happened. Do you know where you were shot?
I was standing on the street.
N- n- no, I mean where on the body you were shot.
Brandon, do I know?
Somewhere in your chest area.
It was on the torso.
In the torso.
Oh, I can't
She'll look
remember.
over to her Ravina buddy. I figure it doesn't take much of a doctor to figure that getting shot in the chest wouldn't necessarily mean a cybernetic arm prosthetic, right?
Normally not. No.
Look, my
But
organs are organic, okay? I know, because I know. I mean,
Clea,
Taryn.
it's it's at this point that you receive a text on your phone.
Jeez, that was startling. One moment. She will check the phone.
Why are you following me?
Oh, no. Oh,
Peekaboo. I see you.
she will text back, "Who are you?" And she will look around suspiciously, freaking out.
You do
hey,
not see him anywhere.
what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know.
Describe.
a
Uh,
text message and it said, "Why are you following me?" But I'm not following anyone.
at that point, Damien will try to grab the phone out of her hand and take the battery out of the cell phone so that the GPS signal cannot be tracked.
I
Oh,
don't
wait,
think there
wait.
were GPS
Ho-
signal back in 2000.
Hold, hold off on that, Damien. Maybe we can use that to reverse track.
I was just more thinking taking the battery out so that he can't track her because there's no energy to the phone.
Also a good call. Eh, you're probably right to err on to safety.
And he
Damien,
takes the battery out.
Damien, your phone rings.
Oh, so Damien was okay. Fair enough. Um, Damien goes like, "Oh, I've forgotten that I had that." He looks at it.
It's just ringing from an unknown number.
He he answers it and gives the others the sign of being silent by putting his index finger on their lips and moving slightly to the corner. Hello?
Put Clea on the phone.
Who?
Put her on the phone.
You have to be more specific. There are at least two females around.
You know of whom I speak.
Um, it is at that point that you guys see Damien taking the battery out of his phone and just cursing in German.
Octavia,
She checks her phone.
your phone
She
starts to ring.
like I said, she checks her phone. She's gonna say, 20 bucks that it's the guy.
Of course it is.
She'll answer it. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How can I help you?
It starts to go static, and the static gets unbearably loud in your ear.
Oh, well, hello. Okay. She just holds it away. Really? Really? We're doing this today?
Okay, we need to take a step back, I believe.
The lights in the library go out.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
okay. Uh,
Alrighty.
Damien pulls out his prime focus.
Well, I can see in
He's
the
just
dark,
saying, "Ready
so
yourself."
Yeah, Octavia reaches into her purse and produces a wand.
Clea will walk towards Taryn and kind of grab at his shoulder.
Taryn immediately pulls out a flashlight and starts to illuminate the area.
I can see in the dark, but I can see anything.
I'm awaiting an attack any second now.
Taryn says, Rose, are you there? No response for a while. And then you guys literally see Rose just come out of the shadows. It's like, I'm here. Let's get them out of here right now. I have a place we can go. The library security has been compromised.
Did I goof?
No, you're fine.
No, he could have tried to do that with any of us. You did well.
So you're led through a little bit of series of winding and twisting hallways that just seem to go on forever. Correspondence magic is fun. And eventually you come out to you come, the hallway starts to develop and you see a door in front of you. And as you all look back toward the long hallway that you've all been walking down, you can see a man standing in the hallway.
Is it the man?
He looks something like this.
Oh fuck no.
and he starts to slowly walk towards the hallway towards you guys.
Do we know this guy?
You've never seen this man before.
Do any of you know this guy?
I don't suppose Damien has ever seen that guy.
Damien, he looks familiar, but you can't quite place your finger on him.
Oh, oh, that's enough for Damien to activate his Prime Road Tears Blessing upon his bronze axe, readying himself for an attack. I don't know from where. I know you from somewhere.
Alrighty, looks like we got a hostile then. She'll point her wand. She's not gonna fire yet because no one's pulled up. She's gonna say, "Listen, I don't know what your beef is, but there's got to be another way to deal with this."
He kind of lets out a sigh and he says, "There's only one way to deal with this."
There's never just one way.
There's only one right way. And it looks like he's going to start casting something, and then Natalie shouts out a word of Latin. And for a split moment, both of you, anyone who has any knowledge of the time sphere, does anyone here have the time sphere?
Yep.
Negative.
Mm-mm.
So this all happens way too fast for anyone to catch. But Natalie throws her hand out, and you're all pulled back, and the door closes, and everyone is standing in a very nice looking living room with a wooden floor and a nice fireplace.
Okay, that was weird.
I-
Who?
Damn it!
Who was that
Everyone
guy?
here?
Whew. I. Have you ever had that? It's almost like a word on the tip of your tongue, or a name on the tip of your tongue, but just doesn't want to come to. He
the
seems
time.
familiar, but I can't. I don't know from where.
Sounds
So
like you and
apparently
him
this-
weren't. Oh, sorry.
This. I think this is the one who's been causing a bit of the disturbance.
You have to be more specific because we have like a few disturbances. You have the Jack the Ripper dude, then we have the house, then we had that Tremere at the park. Then who is this one? Oh, and that
His name,
Alex dude.
his name used to be Alex. Now it's Deacon Frost.
Oh no. Oh no. He's a guy from the computer.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like Mr. Frost is very friendly towards us. What's his
You
issue?
don't say. Well, we were
Well, to be
investigating his
starters,
house, I guess.
indeed, and apparently, not only did that tick him off, but apparently the man is insane. So it's difficult to tell why precisely.
I can tell you
Well,
why. Because his daughter died, and then he probably killed his wife, and then he was crazy, or before that he was crazy.
Wait. That's
Oh yeah,
Nefundi. You know, the twisted ones.
I guess I forgot to tell you about this particular detail, but yeah, like his daughter died, and then he went crazy, and then they found his wife's body in the river, and she was dead. But he was disappeared, and nobody knew where he was. I guess until now.
Hmm. If he's a mage, which seems quite likely, I've got the horrible feeling that his avatar is inverted.
What
either
does
that or
what does that even mean?
he might.
When
the
your
worst
avatar,
news bears.
well, when your avatar inverts, instead of you trying to ascend to higher planes, you descend. and the same thing happens to your avatar. Instead of becoming something that tries to lift you up, it will be something that will try to make you descend, and descend normally is associated with destruction.
And how does that happen?
Um, uh, I uh, I can't speak about an example I experienced because shenanigans.
Okay.
It, I've only read bits and pieces about these guys. If he is one of those, that's all right. Clea, I want you to imagine the worst person ever. Literally the most abhorrent human being on the planet. And then imagine someone worse than that.
I can't say I can think of a particular one apart from this dude.
Well, the other option here, depending on how crazy he was, do you think he might be? Think he might be a marauder?
Or that might be a possibility. Yes, both are very viable possibilities.
The actually, huh? There might be a way we can figure it out, but I think I think your idea is a bit more correct. Marauders will tend to they've got something called an aura flux generation effect, right? And what this basically does is it warps subatoms and warps subparticles and generates different effects based on them. In a layman's terms, they change
Damien
their
nods. Yes, I've come across these words before. These concepts are known to me.
apologies then.
Okay. So now he has a different name. So, but how did he know that I was researching him? I wasn't even researching him.
Considering he has some ability to influence electronics, maybe he just figured that you were looking through the data stream.
I was just looking for other stuff.
Either
Maybe he
way,
knew that the path you were going on would lead to him.
I'm.
Leia, it's at this point, the phone in the fireplace room rings.
I don't like that.
Ah, that'll be him again, probably.
Whose phone is that?
That's Natalie's phone.
Okay, then
Do you pick it up?
Natalie should pick it up. It's not my phone.
Natalie picks it up, hands the phone to you.
Hello.
Hey, it's Chris. What the hell happened? I was right on your back and then you guys disappeared. Where are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. It wasn't my fault. Okay. It just happened. And where are we? Natalie
Okay, you're at
place.
Miss Rose's? Okay, good. Um, I'm looking around here in the library. I don't see anyone.
Get out of there.
It's like
Like,
there's no one here.
yeah, that's what we thought. And then the dude was there.
Well, he's gone, but there is a little bit of scorched ground here where he was.
Well, maybe we should regroup here because I'm certainly not going outside by myself right now.
I'll meet you there.
Okay, thanks. Sorry I didn't predict that happening.
Hangs up and he's on his way. And from there, I think we shall end the session. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Good night. It's been Orlando Ascended.